Hello Internet, this is John Monday. And previously I've shown off Lunar Silver Star, which is a JRPG made by Game Arts that had never actually been released in PAL territories, and how I patched it to not only play on PAL consoles but also extended the music so that it will match up for cutscenes and also include a fan patch. Well, I'm here to talk about the fact that I've now done the second game, which is Lunar Eternal Blue. So the previous game, I shown off some repros that we created. No one has made PAL reproductions of this game, even though the process for making a PAL version is still is still the same. It comes down to the music, whereas the original game used CD tracks for the music. This game doesn't. The music is built into the game itself, making it far more difficult to change. Don't get me wrong, there are ways of changing game audio, but the people who made this game went one step further and made it far more difficult. Thanks to someone I found via Twitter, Southern Desu, who actually helped me with finding which parts of the code that needed to be altered. We now have a patched version that will play at not perfectly the same speed, but near enough, because the way it works is that you can use 2 digits to represent the percentage change you want to do, whereas for perfect, I think requires a few more decimals. But also I had to kind of pick the best of both worlds because with the US version, it will play consistently well with anime cutscenes and with in-game cutscenes. But with this, if I make it perfectly sync for animated cutscenes, set the speed for animated cutscenes, then in-game cutscenes will be over too quick. The audio won't be in sync, so I've had to try and balance it well, which, hopefully from what you're about to see, is good enough. So yeah, like I say, with the first game, I just edited the tracks that had to be used for cutscenes. With this, I had to edit the game to play all audio slower. So, for those who actually like the soundtrack, I'm afraid it's not going to be the same. But, okay, let's hit this up. Actually, maybe we should make the audio a bit louder. I've kind of explained my thing, so see what you think of the cutscenes and do they sync up well? Apparently she can fly. So while this is going on, this is just the intro credits. Yeah, so I have been working on this for 2.5 years. Not constantly for 2.5 years, but I spent a lot of time working on this. A lot more time than on the Silver Star. So this game better be good because of what I've invested into it. But it's just, it annoys me that, you know, us in PAL were missed out for games like this. I understand that in America, Sega did not publish this. This was working design. And they don't do PAL. They don't have a branch in like PAL territories. But, you know, no one over here decided to take these JRPGs and release them, so... This game and this prequel would also then be ported to Saturn and also to the PlayStation as a more like updated, complete package with different music, I might add. But I don't think the Saturn version ever got released in America. I think Working Design just went for the PlayStation and then just ported that one, so... So there are some games that you might be more familiar with, which these are spiritual prequels to. So they're not actually in any way, shape or form connected, but they're made by the same company, and that is the Grandia games. So these are the ones they made first, and then they made Grandia after this. So I guess, I haven't played Grandia. I mean, I don't want to play them until I've played these ones. But I'm assuming there's probably similar DNA that runs through them. Now, in the next cutscene, there is a bit where it is definitely out of sync, but the US version is out of sync as well. So it's... I'm guessing it was a bit of a struggle to get, like, the audio to sync up with lip movement. And if it was me, I'd be freezing my ass off right now, but she doesn't seem to flinch. But again, she can fly, so who knows what other magical powers she has.
This is not the time for my awakening.
So, because of what I had to do to slow it down, the voice acting is... it sounds different. Ideally, I would change the tempo.
It's gone terribly wrong.
Because if you change the tempo, it kind of leaves how the voice actors sound, leaves it sounding the same, but just stretches it. Whereas because we're just literally slowing the speed down, you get this kind of like, the voices sound a bit different. So yeah, that was still out of sync a bit on the US version, but you can see here where I don't think it was as out of sync, but it still was a bit out of sync. Even though earlier on it synced up perfectly, it seems to be the longer the video goes, or the animation, the cutscene goes, the worse it gets. Which we will see more so with this cutscene. So we now are switching between in-game and animated, and then back to in-game. See how the striking of the knife, that matches up.
Did you say something, Ruby?
Oh, great. Don't tell me you're hearing voices now.
But
Hurry up and get the dragon's eye. The timer's almost run out on the trap.
trap? What trap?
There's a slight delay. I mean, it still fits, but if you're like really eagle-eyed, you can see that the voices come out like a moment after they should.
This trap!
Why didn't you tell me about that earlier?
I did, but you were too wrapped up in getting a jewel to listen.
Oh yeah, the jewel. Hold on, I've almost got it.
Whereas that striking syncs up.
Oh, there, I got it.
The fan patch actually made the text
Oh no,
have upper and lowercase,
Let's get out of here!
whereas before it was all uppercase.
Oh, hero, don't die on me. You just can't die.
I'm okay, Ruby. It's just a few bruises.
Okay, that's it. No more exploring for us. I've had it. We always end up getting in some sort of trouble.
Ruby, listen.
What? Ah!
Come on, Ruby, let's get out of here. Well, looks like you've caught us in another messy situation. Oh, by the way, if you haven't figured it out, my name is Hero. And the flying cat is named Ruby. She said she's actually a baby red dragon, but I don't know if I quite believe her. She doesn't care though. We've been friends for what seems like forever. My grandfather Gwen is an archaeologist who taught us how to explore ancient ruins like this. Well, not exactly like this. Grandpa'd have a coronary if he saw me in this kind of danger, but you get the idea. I think it's so cool that these dungeons and ruins that time forgot can be found and explored by someone like me. This world is full of wonderful legends. The Blue Star, from which our ancestors supposedly came. Tales of dragons and heroic dragon masters. A magic city that flew in the sky. And the goddess of love and beauty, Althena. All those legends and places have to be true. I believe them more with every step I take in places like this. The world I live in today is the result of things that happened long ago. Someday, I'll gather enough information from ruins like these.
And this is where it's most noticeable.
To see the goddess Althena.
Hero! Buster, move! I think we lost him! Whoa!
So it was a bit too quick at that point. Like when she says, "Oh, bust and move," you know, it means that they actually went to the left and the fireball monsters who had all gone up. And when she goes, "Whoa," means that they see the boulder, but both of those happened too early. But if I slowed it down more, then the anime cutscenes would be far worse with the speech to the lip movements. So I think this is a good compromise. So I'm not going to really go into playing the game, but there's another cutscene, so I thought I would show it off.
What's that noise? Wow, Hero! Get a load of that! It's incredible! But what the heck is it? It looks like a ship, but it moves without wind or sails.
Hey, you! Yes! You over there! What are you doing in this area?
Who does this joker think he is? We might ask you the same thing, mister!
I wasn't talking to your cat! I was talking to you, boy!
Hello? Time for your eye exam! I am not a cat!
Knock it off, Ruby. You're gonna get us in trouble. My name is Hero, and this is Ruby. Identify yourself. Certainly. I am White Knight Leo, leader of Althena's Guard. And this is the dragon ship Destiny. Now then, listen up. You kids need to evacuate this area. A confrontation is about to take place. I don't want to see any civilians accidentally caught in the middle of this thing. Return to your home immediately. Move it!
See, that syncs up very well.
Helmsman, set a new course. Destination, the Blue Spire.
Ha! That guy seemed a little full of himself, if you ask me. But he did say he was the leader of Althena's Guard. I wonder if that's the same Althena you told me about. Well, no telling now. He's gone. And good riddance. Anyway, we better get back home before Grandpa comes looking for us.
Yep. And back in game. So it seems to that seems to sync up well, but anyway, so I will leave a link in the description if you would like to download and play the game. This has represented so many of my hours of time. I just cannot believe it. So I want people to enjoy it. I want, the games that didn't come over to PAL territories to receive the recognition, so we can play these on our consoles. Will I do any more games in the future? We'll see. But I am definitely ready for a break. Maybe Rise of the Dragon. We'll see. Anyway, till next time, catch you later.